Hey now, welcome to Gen Lab. I'm Darren.
This is Greg.
I'm Jasmine. Greg
And
didn't
on
move his
Gen
mouth.
Lab, we try to lean into different generational differences, but sometimes we don't. So tonight we're kind of having a toga party costume.
Toga.
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 It's been 2 hours going in depth, uh, diagramming the toga party on Animal House.
Yeah.
Are you guys prepared for that?
Yeah, this is a great detailed breakdown. I have never seen Animal House, but I did just spend 25 minutes trying to learn how to tie a yoga or toga.
That's ridiculous.
Yoga.
Mine's just draped over me.
Yeah, I can't get away with that. That'd be a bad good move. So that's what we're doing, and Greg promised us a very fun topic today, so that's why I'm here actually.
Well, there you go.
That's why I'm here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be anywhere
I
near.
would be somewhere else. Okay.
Where would you be?
Well, I would probably be doing I've been really getting okay, so I keep saying like somebody hire me. I don't actually want anyone to hire me. I actually am starting my own like kind of like vintage boutique thing, and I've been doing a lot of crate digging and finding a lot of cool vintage shops and places, and I've picked out a lot of really cool stuff. Like I've got like a whole pile of crap behind me, and I'm taking pictures and I'm selling them online, and we'll see where that goes. I have some other ideas that I want to kind of do, but so part of that is taking pictures, like styling the outfits, taking pictures of them, finding out what they're worth, and then posting them. And so that's probably what I would be doing. I'd be doing that.
Gotcha. Well, you needed a break anyway. Let me suggest going to Goodwill and places like that because you can get things a lot cheaper. And if you're in a fancy schmancy neighborhood, you can get really good stuff.
Oh yeah, no, you can go to, and like Salvation Army has things for like really cool painted jackets for like $5.99.
Could you get me an Iron Maiden one?
I have an Iron Maiden one. I'll send it to you. I have an AC/DC, an Iron Maiden, and a Metallica that I'm not interested in anymore.
I want to see what it looks like.
Okay, I'll have to send you some. But if you want Def Leppard, there's an abundance of Def Leppard. So
speaking of that, I was in Kansas City last weekend or weekend before last, and I got on an elevator in the hotel, and the lady on the elevator with me had that shirt on. It was Def Leppard and Kiss. Yes, I can't believe I didn't let you know.
It's like a plague now. It's like you're gonna see it everywhere you go.
I couldn't believe that I saw that after the conversation.
I know, and all the 4 people who are listening, let us know if you see that shirt. Just take a picture and
post in my comments. And not only that, for the 4 people that are listening, you should really be watching because we're all in toga. And,
when I first got on the call. We talked about the toga party last time. We talked about it all week. I said this morning, okay, toga party. Darren goes, oh, I got to get my toga together or whatever. I got to find a sheet. And then I get on the call, they're waiting, and they're both wearing button-down shirts. And I look like this. And immediately they're like, oh my God. So yeah, that's perfect.
You did a good job with yours.
Thank you.
Yeah,
yes,
you did.
I really go all out. I don't do anything halfway. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
That is a true statement.
So, did you want to start out with a game tonight? Did you have a game for us you want to start with?
Well, I do have a quiz. So
yeah, about a quiz.
I'm going to start like a pop quiz section with Jasmine. Every time we'll have a quiz. And this one is on brand for this episode, which is like we're going to be talking about generational nudity. You said I got really excited. I've not thought about anything else all week.
She got really excited.
Excited. Did you think? What did you think I said?
Excited.
Excited, yeah.
Oh, I think you said exotic. I was like, no. I got excited. That's the only thing I can think about all week. So I made a quiz for you guys. Okay. These are there are 10 top 10 rated, most paused movie moments.
Okay? Okay.
Top 10 rated most paused movie moments of all time. There are 10 of them. And if you can guess the top, or if you can guess 7 out of the 10, you win. Okay?
That's a lot.
If I guess
It's a
1
lot.
out of 10, I win.
No, Darren knows. Okay?
I know
So
Darren, but
I want
me.
you guys to discuss.
Well, let me ask you: does it have to do with nudity, or is it
It's
like
all to do with nudity, and
Okay.
it's
Oh.
yes. all.
Okay. I know of one, probably.
Okay, you only know of one.
Well, just give me a minute.
You could make it. You could make a possible moment. This might be the number 1 rated pause moment.
Yeah, I don't know about.
Oh boy, we're reaching, aren't we?
And if you guys can guess the top most paused moment in movie history.
Okay, the top
movie history. Ooh.
I think at one point it was probably from the movie 10, where the girl was running on the beach in her bathing suit, but it was not nudity. That's pretty kind of cheesy.
I'm gonna say something else.
Okay, maybe it's not good as a quiz then, because I thought you guys would totally know.
Well, I haven't started.
That's fine. If you don't know the top one off the top of your head, I feel like you're probably not going to do very good on this quiz because it's a very iconic.
Yeah. Iconic. It's iconic, Darren.
So let's just guess one. Let's just guess one.
I'm gonna guess Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yes. Okay.
When Stacy was in the dugout.
That is number 3. Phoebe Cates in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Go.
Yes,
that's
very
one.
good.
That's one.
Well, now Phoebe Cates was coming out. Oh, okay, that's the dream coming out of the pool. I was thinking of Stacy in the dugout when she was with the stereo guy.
Okay. No.
Okay, so Phoebe Cates coming out.
Phoebe Cates, we'll give it to you. It's the same movie, so we'll hear that. Okay, cool. Okay, Greg, you have any top most paused in movie history? And I know you've seen some of these. I'm going to start from the top. I'm going to start reading down, and maybe it'll jog your memory.
Maybe start from the bottom. Start from the bottom and go up.
Yeah. It's number 10. I'm going to go with number 10 most paused. Okay. Anne Bancroft in The Graduate.
Oh.
Okay.
That's good.
Yep. So I've never seen it, but we saw boobs. Okay.
I've never seen it.
We saw boobs. This was the thing that I was saying is that the cone thing. Now, I'm not anti-cone. I'm just saying they do that. I saw
cone boobs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a little conage, and I just that freaks me out. Okay. But have you guys seen that movie? Greg, have you seen it? Okay.
No, not the movie, but I've seen cones.
Oh. Okay. The number 9 is like, I remember this as a kid, and I love this movie, and my husband and I probably watch this once a year at least, and it's so trashy, but the best. Okay, Licia Naff in Total Recall. Do you remember?
No.
The 3 boob?
Okay.
A mutant with the 3 boobs, and there's like the little person, and there's like they're all hookers and the outer space. Okay, that movie freaks me out so bad. That Kuato or what is it? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay.
Yeah. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but that's a super weird movie.
So one time we went to Lowe's. We might have been in Rockland. We might have been in California. But one time we went to Lowe's, and we're going to have to cut this. There was a lady, and she looked like Kuato. And she had like hair missing from the top of her head, and she was like all freaky and like shiny and like wet. And we were like, and Matt, we left. He goes, did we just meet Kuato? Anyways.
Well, it kind of makes me think of the story Ashley told, and her boobs were out in Walmart or Lowe's or wherever it was.
Wait, what? Oh, Ashley from our podcast. Yes. I thought you were talking about our coworker, and I was like, really?
No.
That's news to me. Okay. Number 8.
I was out at a club one night, and this girl was dancing, and she fell to the floor, and both her boobs fell out. And I was trying to help her up, and it was hard with the boobs.
But I slipped, and I was holding on.
Like this.
Yeah, no, you can't grab people up by their boobs, Greg. That's really hard to do.
You got no leverage.
I mean, if you fell and your boobs popped out, I guarantee you would have 10 men just like swarming from every
She was bigger,
angle.
and I was trying to help her up, and she was heavier, and so.
Was she too big, or was she like a good big?
Well, we know that Greg likes some like heroin.
I know,
sheep,
but put my brain in your head.
I would say you probably
my brain
a little bigger than you like, but you know.
So like
bigger.
if it's 2 a.m., you've had a couple of
right.
So it's like it's
you're right.
on.
It was 2 a.m. and it was in Long Island in a club.
Maybe that was a tactic, because that's a good way to get some attention. If you're you're not, you go, okay, here we go, and you just go for it. I think it's kind of like if a man wore like a G-string underneath his assless chaps.
So
that's what I do.
I spend right. Yeah. 100%.
I did find assless chaps when I was crate digging the other day. I asked Matt, I was like, should we get these for Greg? He's like, those are much too nice.
Yes.
Really found?
I found them. I didn't take a picture, and I don't know why. Because I remember thinking I need to take a picture, and I don't know. Okay. So number 8 is Melanie Griffith and Nobody's Fool. It's a lot of just boobs, I think, honestly.
Yeah.
I just remembered the top one.
What?
I just remembered it.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
Damn it! Keep talking, but I know it.
I know you do. You know it.
Stone opens her legs.
Yeah. Keep thinking. Okay, number 7 is Jamie Lee Curtis in Trading Places, which she had the worst haircut, but she had such good knockers. And like, I feel like we saw her naked too. Did we not see her naked in Friday the 13th?
She went in Friday the 13th. She was in Halloween.
Oh, Halloween. Yeah, you're right. Did we not? I feel like we did. I thought we saw boobs at least. Like, no?
Well, there's 13 Halloween, so it's a possibility, but the original, no, I don't think so.
Okay, maybe not.
What about that girl? What about that girl?
Basic Instinct. Stone.
Sharon Stone. The thing about that is like she was like the hottest, but like that was the most unflattering visual of a vagina of all time. Like that is not a good angle of that. It was all dark and like scary. Okay. But people paused it.
I don't remember it.
I think it was a little mysterious. Like, did I see what I thought I saw?
So it was, what do you mean by dark? It was shadowed?
Yeah.
Or the actual fleshy?
Oh, ew, gross. I don't know about that. I just remember, I feel like it was like shadowy. Yeah.
We should go back and watch all these moments and go over them.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a website called Mr. Skin, I think, and it takes all the nude clips of all the movies.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Skin.
Hey, so Darren, what's the name of the Judds? I bet the Judd is one of them. I bet she's one of them.
Ashley Judd?
Ashley Judd, yeah. She's in one of these, I bet.
She got Me Too'd by Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, really?
Ooh, okay. So this one is apropos. Mary Louise Sweller in National Lampoon's Animal House.
Okay.
Do we remember the scene?
Toga.
On the ladder outside, and she pulls her bra off, and he just falls back.
Yeah, and she's wearing her little white undies and all of that.
Yeah.
Now, yes, I would say most of these are from that time period, and I don't know if it's because people don't really do that anymore to look at. They don't need that. They can go look at anything on their phone at any moment.
There's not really...
They don't pause anymore, and they don't even have a remote.
I have a remote. So there is a movie that came out this year of the little redhead that's on everything. I can't think of her name. She was on
Emma Stone?
Emma Stone's in this movie, and she's like brutally naked in it. And I don't know the name of it. So there is a nude movie out there right now, or a couple months ago. But you're right. Nudity doesn't exist like it used to back in the 80s.
Or maybe it just isn't as shocking. Like we expect it way more, because I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
It is there because Jennifer Lawrence just did a literal fight scene, absolutely naked, flopping on the beach, and she looked great, but like brave. Brave. That's brave. That's a brave thing to do. Okay, Joyce Heiser in Just One of the Guys.
Courage. I don't know it.
Never saw
Oh my
it.
gosh, and those are popping. Now, was she the one that was in Grease? She looks like that Grease lady.
Grease was
apparently one of the guys is like she's like a boy in the movie, but then at some point she's like changing, and her boobs that are like this big, like each fall out. It's like, oh, I had no idea you were a man or a woman.
Grease is Olivia Newton-John.
No, I know, but the one that's like gets pregnant, was her name Rizzo or?
Oh, Rizzo.
Is that her? Joyce? Is that Joyce Heiser?
I have no idea.
I don't know. It looks the same. She looks similar.
We're not helpful.
Heather Graham in Boogie Nights is the next one.
Love that movie.
And Heather
Graham.
She's amazing. Yeah. Like, what happened to her? Because she was, I guess, just Hollywood it girls. Just
Hollywood is brutal.
It is. It is. Okay. Phoebe Cates in Fast Times at Ridgemont High was number 3.
Good job, Darren.
And then this one I think should be number 1, but I think the time it came out just really messed that up. But it's Margot Robbie in Wolf of Wall Street when she just comes out through the door and it's just like.
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. Margot Robbie threw it out there.
Yep, she really did.
She's
cool.
Absolutely stunning.
Perfect. Like, actually perfect. So
she's having a baby.
Damn it. Why has everyone got to ruin it by having kids?
I don't think it's being ruined that I know of.
Okay, and then number 1, Sharon Stone, Basic Instinct. Yeah, when she does like the uncross of the legs, and it's just like a shadowy, underwearless,
dark, mysterious. And let me say, it is very mysterious.
It is mysterious, and that's the best thing about nudity is how mysterious.
You know what? A friend of mine calls it the whispering eye.
Okay. At least it's whispering. At least it's not like the screaming eye. What's up, Greg? What did you say?
Whispering, that comedian you sent today, he talked about smoking weed. He said, no, the girl, the old lady coughed or whatever.
Yeah. I like that comedian that you said. That was really funny. Yeah. I watched like the first.
I think the guy was a 2.5
minutes
personally.
Yeah, right. Because he was so on. Like how
he was so on. It was a plant.
It was great.
It doesn't matter. So many jokes. I mean, no, but some people really are that funny. There's there's a lot of people that just they do crowd work, and that's why they're funny. It's not. They're not like funny all the time. They're not.
That is funny.
Yeah,
that's funnier than a joke.
Well, it's much more.
I agree.
It's smarter. Like they have to be so much more intelligent.
Yeah.
I pattern my life to be like that every day.
Yeah.
You're good at that.
I'm not a joke teller. I'm just fun.
Yeah, you're good at that.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. And I sometimes come up with things in the moment that are really funny, but I can't like recreate it or pretend like it's funny later. It has to be in the moment. And so I do have a quick wit, but I'm not a joke teller. I'm not a good storyteller. It's just not
You've got quick wit.
Thanks, Greg. I was now I can die happy because I just was waiting for your approval on that. Yeah, it means a lot coming from someone like you. I'm kidding. Oh my god.
Being mean tonight.
I'm sorry. It's the wine. I guess I get mean on Chardonnay.
Wine? You're drinking canned wine? You know
what?
No,
I have multiples going. You see?
Okay, what's the other?
I'm triple dipping.
Water?
What?
A sody. What's the other one? A sody.
I always have these on hand. Dr.
I don't know what it is.
It's clear soda. It's like a clear soda made with stevia. It's delicious. It's a sody. But it really throws you off when you pour it into a glass and it's clear. I don't know why. Like soda should be brown.
It's like cola?
It's more like a Dr. Pepper type flavor, but it doesn't taste
salty.
It's not what?
Dr. Pepper's salty. The first taste is salt.
Really?
To me, Dr. Pepper tastes like prunes.
Huh. Yeah, it's kind of got like a molasses or like a date. Yeah, like flavor to it. I don't know. 23
flavors. Okay, so as we're talking about generational nudity, what else? Like, what about locker room? What about locker room? Do people
I
change?
did take another test today because I was thinking, okay, I want to do a test, but again, it would just take so long for us. So it was, are you a nudist or could you be a nudist? And my results after 23 questions, which I didn't think were super relevant, but okay, were yes, you could. So
really,
yeah,
you could.
I know. I was really surprised by that. I feel like they were going to give me. It was like you could.
I've never really grasped what nudists are about. I don't get it. Who wants to walk around like that if they don't have a particular thing on their mind? Why garden nude? There's bugs, there's sun, you're getting sunburn. I don't get it.
I like it. I like it.
Okay,
you're
so
a nudist.
Greg could be.
I would be. Yeah.
You would be.
Yeah, I would.
I need support.
Yeah, I don't mind it, but I don't like if there's no purpose, it seems frivolous.
Maybe if thank you. It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe if I had a better body, I'd be more about it. But then that's not the true nudist way. Nudists aren't about showing off their body. They just want to be nude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
I think that's
particular. Yeah, I don't know why, but
so interesting that
about it.
Interesting that Gen Z's. I read an article today. It says Gen Z's got 99 problems, but clothes ain't one of them. And it said that 24% of Gen Z's had been in some nudist activity that wasn't with a partner.
Really?
So yeah, that's interesting to me. 24% of Gen Z's had been. It seems like a lot compared to 4 or 5%.
1 in 4. I think millennials might be a little bit.
What it was though, 24% are what? Nudists?
Have participated in some sort of noodle.
Maybe I read
arrangement.
It wrong here. The findings of national poll attitudes toward naturism show a growing enthusiasm for nude recreation amongst 16 to 24-year-olds, with 55% having participated in such activities as skinny dipping, nude sunbathing, or visiting a naturist beach resort. Almost half, 47% of all 16 to 24-year-olds said that they had been naked in the company of others in the past year, excluding partners. And 23% described themselves as 23% as naturist or nudists.
Okay, so that clarifies it because
skinny dipping,
that's not.
Yeah, there's a purpose.
Yeah, but 23%, that was 55%. 23% consider themselves naturist or nudist.
A bunch of hippies.
So
like 94% consider themselves like asexual or something. Like it's hard to
True. That's true.
Something percent.
No, I just made that asexual. Up. No, I just made that up. But I'm just saying, like they all have something, right? That they are, which whether you like it or not, I don't care. But so how are we classifying this? Like, what is a naturist? Because maybe I am. If skinny dipping or streaking, that was funny. That was one of the questions. Was like, as an adult, how many people other than your spouse have seen you naked? And I was like, none. And I was like, wait a sec. Like hundreds, like 100 at least. But, so it's fine.
Like if I'm,
you can't say none other than your husband.
Okay, I know, but I was just thinking of like recent years. I was just thinking of recent years.
Yeah.
But it's been a long time. But yes, there have been others.
I don't know. There was a certain parking lot in Arlington that I was close to being naked.
Oh, yes, you were. Yes, you were.
Okay.
And so the next morning, his mom and Nanny come over to the apartment, and I don't know where Darren was, maybe in bed or at work or somewhere. And there's a pair of thong underwear.
We had another roommate. So when Greg and I lived together, and we had more roommates to be able to afford this place, we had 15 people living there.
It was 4, but yeah.
And one of the other guys had a purple thong for some reason.
Like it wasn't like a girlfriend's. It was his?
It was a G-string top thing.
It was like a thong. It was a guy one.
A guy one.
For some reason, I was drinking Jägermeister, and Jägermeister made me lose my mind.
That
So
tends to be a
I
trend.
borrowed said roommate's
Oh,
thong,
borrowed. Well, yeah, you can keep it at that point, I think.
and I ran around the parking lot setting. I must have been dared. I don't know why I
Yeah, it
did.
was a dare. It was
Yeah.
a
Okay.
dare. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I understand that.
I was dared to put it on and to run up and down the parking lot, hitting cars and setting off alarms. And by God, I did. And I guess when I got back to the room, I pulled it off, and there was a plant on the porch. I threw it on, and my mom and grandma showed up the next morning. And they're like,
And I
"Wow,
had to explain it.
must have been a big night last night."
Must have been a big night. Yeah, I don't know. That's
What did you tell
I don't know, but I didn't blame it on you. I told him it was Chad because they thought he was kind of a hoe dog
weirdo
anyway. So
anyways.
I told him
Yeah.
it was Chad,
Yeah. Well, it was Chad.
and it was Chad's. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you
But
have to say is that's Chad's. And then
guess
everyone
what the
can
name of
infer
that
the
plant
rest.
was?
I think it was
A
Bob,
snake
wasn't it?
plant?
It was Bob. It was Bob the plant.
Oh.
Yeah. Robert Plant.
Ah, yes, the
Ah.
door.
I'd forgotten about that. I
No,
remember
that's Led
Bob.
Zeppelin.
Mhm. Bob for short.
Sorry. Yeah, so okay, so you don't understand the point of nudity. Greg is like all about it. I've never done
I'm all
anything
about it.
like where my sister did, and my youngest sister did. Go
Where?
to a nudist beach in Tahoe
Oh.
with her boyfriend when they were like 18, maybe. I mean, I don't even know if she
Yeah.
was 18. She might have been younger than that. But they loved to go and do that, and they just thought it was so fun. I don't know why.
I
Freeing
think
me.
I think I would enjoy that. Like if the kids aren't home and no one's home.
Beach sand? Like,
Yeah,
because
I
they
don't
would go
mind.
on a beach.
I don't like the beach period, but
Let me see if he wants to join us.
Who?
who?
We're from Memphis. Hey, brother. Hey, I'm in the middle of a podcast. You want to jump on?
To Toga Party.
It's Toga. Tell him it's Toga.
Seriously, hey, but we all have togas on. Can you throw a toga on real fast?
No, he doesn't have to wear one.
Mm.
I mean, if he wants to.
Okay, seriously?
Oh, so like
Former
if
guest.
yeah, awesome. Hey, I love it that we got a caller during the show. That's the first call we've had during the show.
Yes. It was like an
Yes.
old
Yeah.
school. You know what's funny?
Yeah, old
Matt and I
school.
talked this morning about if he's a call person or a text person. I don't know what that stemmed from, but I asked that question. I think it was because I was listening to it. I was listening to Joe Rogan and they were talking about that. And he's a call person, which is a very
Yeah.
Gen X thing to be,
Yeah.
I
To
think.
call? I love texting.
Yeah, we have
See, that's
a
cool, yeah. But you also like to take phone calls, and maybe that's just out of
Yeah.
necessity because all of your friends are phone calling.
one of our
I'm text first.
Mm-hmm.
one of
Me.
our yeah, in one of our episodes we have a communication episode where it talks about the different styles of
That
communication
was
of each
me,
one.
I think.
No, we have a more in depth about each generation and how they
Yeah, I'm a if I text you and you call me, I'm never gonna text you again.
You know
Not
what?
doing
And I've called you too much this week, and I
No,
apologize.
what you call me one time.
And, well, that's too much.
too much.
But I will say, you got the loudest, biggest pots and pans to bang on the phone while I was on the phone with you. So I've learned my lesson.
And that's why I can't stop doing what I'm doing to call and have a conversation with you. I have a friend, she is the freaking best. She is so awesome and she's so sweet. But every time I get on the phone, we talk for 2 hours. And it's a great conversation, but I don't have that time in my life right now. And so I do. I'm like the least busy person of all time, but I also don't. So
Everybody
every time I just check, I think about checking in with her all the time, but I can't because if I do, she will call me.
Right.
And then we will talk for 2 hours.
Well, do you remember the air horn you blew and it made us deaf immediately?
Yeah.
I couldn't hear it because my ears shut down.
Mhm.
Well, that's your pots and pans were louder than that.
I could tell because you were kind of like, and anyway, like you kind of stopped every time I was like,
a little distracted.
Ding, 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 sorry.
No,
But I'm not. But
I love it.
Well,
anyways.
so
I have a little masochist in me, so I'll just call Jasmine doing the dishes. And
if you want to just experience what it was like to have worked with me or for me or around me, grab yourself a blowhorn, one of those boats. Air horns, and blow it right into your own ear. Okay?
Yeah.
There you go.
And that's it right there. If you couldn't tell.
So if you guys, if you're home alone or with your spouse, no kids, you don't like lay out on the hammock naked on the porch.
How much room do you have around your house? Because I don't even like the blinds to be like cracked when I'm naked.
Even better if it's if there's maybe an opportunity that somebody
You're
could
an
be looking through the.
exhibitionist.
So
is
you're
what
trying
you
to like
Yeah.
traumatize a child.
Oh, the kids are there?
No, but
No.
anyone can see you. Anyone walking by. We have like 800 people walk by our. This is like a big walking neighborhood.
800.
So I mean, there are like old people all day walking by.
Yeah, you should
If
sit
I
on the
went,
front porch. Yeah.
no, come
In the
on.
rocking
Like,
chair.
here's the thing: if I'm through my windows, and I've thought about this a lot because there are times when I go to change and I'm like, I'm not gonna shut the fucking windows. Like, if they're looking in my house through the backyard, through the window, through
That's
my
on them.
blinds and my curtains, like, that's on you. Stop
That's on
being a
them.
creepo.
Yeah.
Unless
yeah,
my
yeah.
lights are on and it's dark outside or something,
Yeah, no
that's
doubt.
on
No
you.
doubt. Yeah.
I'm glad
But I'm not going outside naked unless I get a dare, and then I will 100% do it.
Darren's gonna be naked now.
Rockin', I need a beer.
Darren, you didn't have to take your pants off for Toga Party.
It's easier. Could you see?
No.
Could you see something?
Yeah, we see your booty. So what about changing the locker room? Does Gen Z's, Gen X just change?
I don't know about Gen Zs. I don't even know if they do locker rooms anymore. I don't even know if they have to do PE
Yeah.
anymore.
Did-
All I know is
I'm
that
talking about it at
I am
the
not-
workout fit place.
For a fitness queen.
Yeah, so I have always been very like modest in that way.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm ashamed of my body. I'm not, but I don't know. I guess like you don't need to. I don't want anyone to see like certain orifices. I guess.
Oh my gosh.
So if you're like getting dressed, you have to like bend over and like pull things. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna hide that a little bit. I'm not gonna like cover everything, but you know. And then when we were in the army though, that really broke me, you know, like you know when they break a Mustang.
For sure.
It broke me because there were no in AIT, there were no shower or basic training for that matter. We were in like a cow shower, it was just like open air, you know, like honestly.
For sure.
Like there was no stalls. I don't know. That's what but there were no stalls, there were no curtains, nothing. And you would just be like, okay, I'm shaving, showering, all of it. And then you'd look over and there's like someone like looking at you and it's another woman, but there's a lot of that in the army, if you know what I mean. So you'd be like, okay, I'm just giving them a show right now. And you know what? If you just embrace it and just go for it. It's fine.
So I before we forget, when we do the hashtags, I don't know if we're still doing that, but be sure to do hashtag
a whole bunch of them this week.
cow shower. Hashtag cow shower.
Okay, I'll write that down.
Yeah, I think that's a popular one.
Oh, that's a big one. You're going to bring in with that.
We'll name it cow showers and Toga Party. Okay. What's up? Okay, so for you, Darren, locker room.
I haven't been in a locker room since junior high.
No, but there is something.
Or something.
Wait, you don't go to the gym because when I go to the gym, like there are always naked old ladies. I don't know what that is, but they don't care.
Yeah.
They have lost all regard
I'm
for
getting
any kind of cover.
today.
Subscription. No, but for you it would be a bunch of naked old men.
That works both with the old ladies.
A prescription.
I'm getting a prescription, and I'm bringing my prescriptions,
and
I'm meeting some old ladies.
Okay, that's it. So I'm getting to that age where I know the day of the week by my pill box. That's sad. That's when you know you're getting older. To be fair, they are supplements mostly, but it's still, it's like, oh,
I don't have.
It's Tuesday.
I don't have a pill box either.
You don't take the time and put them in there. It's a whole thing.
You do it one time a week, and then you don't have to do it for the rest of the week.
Okay,
you're super organized.
I like this. I like this topic. I'm going to offshoot and ask a question. How old? Okay, let's say you're not married. Let's say something happened with your spouses. I apologize. I was at the funeral. Whatever happened. So you're single now.
Wedding crasher type funeral or what?
How old of a person? How old would you go out with? How old of a person would you go out with if you were single?
How much money are they having? How much money do they have?
Well,
seriously,
you're joking. You're joking.
Me?
Yeah.
No, because look, for a woman, you would be like, "How hot is she?" And for a man, I'm like, "Well, how much can he provide for me? Because
Mhm. Okay.
So it
I
doesn't
think
matter
that's.
how hot he is.
Fair enough.
Oh
Fair enough.
no, I'm not. I've never been that
So,
out. Look,
so
I
money
personality.
trumps hotness.
Not always, no, but personality plus money creates this equation where you like carry the one and you do like the square root of 65 and then you can figure out how old you can go. But look, if you're like a vigorous,
Seriously, is there really a thing like that?
I don't know.
She
I'm
just
just
makes it up.
joking.
Yeah.
I'm making it up as
Mhm.
I go. And honestly, tomorrow I might be like, I don't care about money. I really don't. Honestly, like I feel like money comes and goes. We've always like been able to
I quit worrying
Money's
about money.
have a good life,
yeah,
but
money's not real anyway.
I
No,
know.
it's not real. You know
It's
what
really
money
not.
is to me? It's a vehicle to let me do what I enjoy.
Exactly. I'm
Like,
just that was just a joke anyway, so everyone
Mm-hmm.
calm down, but
well,
So
okay, then answer the question. How old would you go?
I don't care.
how old can you go? It's like limbo.
So as long as they're active, I would be fine.
Yeah,
As
Greg,
active as
like
I am.
so
I
Matt
want to
has
run.
a Matt
I want
had
to
a
run my
rule.
race, and I look to the right and look to the left, and whoever's there with me, that's it. That's
Matt's
it.
rule was like I think I'd have to ask him. But I think it's half wait, is it half plus 7? What is it? It's like if you take half your age and then you add 7 or something like that.
Oh, so he has a
That
rule
can't be
too.
right. It can't be
Okay.
right.
Really?
That seems really young.
What
Hold
if
on.
So
you
Hold on.
meet
22.
great guy, but he's 1 year
Wait.
older?
Well, I don't look. It's so hypothetical because
Yeah.
you have to know that you
I
have to
know I'm
meet the
drilling down.
person and you're like, I need an exact date.
So
Yeah, if they're
here's the thing.
52
There's
and
something I
4 days.
remember when we worked together. I remember something happening, and so we were somewhere, and I think someone asked me how old I was, and you answered it. You answered for me, and you said, I don't remember the number. It was 16 years older than you were because I did do it. So how old are you now?
33.
So you were 32. What's plus 16? What would that be?
I don't know. Oh my God. I don't know. Math.
48. 48.
Thank God we have an
You
accountant.
answered 48. I remember that like
Oh,
it was
did I?
yesterday.
Really?
That happened.
That's awesome.
And I was like, I guess that's as old as she would be seen with somebody. I mean, that's what went through my mind. Because I was really, wow.
No.
So you answered the person. They asked me how old I was.
Trying to get, I do that. When people ask me, I'm like, I just try to I just say whatever. Like when they would ask me, how long have you worked for this company? I'd be like 6 years. I don't know. It just was fun.
Trying to beat you up about it, but that did happen.
I know. I just say a lot of stuff. No, I don't. But I just say a lot of things. Just comes right
So
out.
I have a personal nudity experience.
Oh, I want to hear it. Is it a long, boring story or?
No, I don't know. It could be, I guess, but a personal nudity experience.
Okay.
So I went to do a massage in Colombia, and the masseuse came to the house, right? And there was a bunch of us there, and a bunch of couples.
A masseuse that makes house calls?
Oh yeah, they exist.
Yeah. So I've had masseuses in my house a number of times here in the States as well. Jordan was the best one ever. She was fantastic. She would come and she would do my wife's massage, and then she would do my massage.
With happy endings? Or?
No.
I've bought many masseuses drinks to try to get them back to my house, and I've never been successful.
Yeah.
I do have a question once the story is finished.
So
remind me.
I go into the room where the masseuse is, and she doesn't speak English. And at the time, my Spanish was very poor. And she standing there, and I'm going to disrobe, right? But she's standing there. She doesn't turn around. She doesn't leave. She doesn't hold a towel up. She just.
Colombia.
I was in Colombia.
Colombia.
Okay. There you go.
So
he was doing his drug run.
So I go out to Mariana. I said, "Am I supposed to take my underwear off?" Because I didn't want to be offensive, right? Because I always completely nude, right?
Oh no, you have to take your underwear off, or else how are they going to massage your butt?
So yeah, completely nude. That's the way I do
part
it.
of it.
So she's standing there. So I go back in. I tell Mariana, tells me, "Yeah, you're supposed to take everything off." So I go in there, and the lady's watching me undress. And so
She's watching you? She didn't leave?
she didn't leave. So
She
I
just
pull,
like eyes on. Like she doesn't even look
Yeah.
away.
no. So I pulled everything
Eye
off.
contact or she's looking at it.
I don't know.
I
I
need to know.
know that.
You're not giving enough.
So I was turned around with my butt towards her, right? And
See,
I
that's the
tell you,
opposite of what I would show. So
okay,
you're
well,
like more comfortable with the butt showing.
I don't know that I am, but I was a little bit uncomfortable. So I pulled my underwear off and I put them on the shelf. And then I turn around. I have to walk 4 or 5 steps to the table. And then I get up on the table and then she drapes a little towel over. I was like, why? Why now? Why are we draping a towel? So during the thing, I was laying face up, right? And the towel just falls off. She didn't
I
put it back
wonder
on.
why.
She didn't put it back on. She put these rocks on my stomach, lower stomach, and she never put the towel back on.
So wait, your towel just fell off, Greg. Nothing caused that to happen.
She was, I guess, rubbing around, and the towel, it was a small towel anyway. The towel came off, and she just left it
I have
off.
a question. Do you get shy in those situations, or do you get the opposite of
I
shy?
was not shy.
I feel like it was not shy, and that's why the towel fell off. That's what I'm trying to say. Is
The
like, were
towel was
you
I
like
know what you were trying to
really
say, but
relaxed,
the
or
towel
I
was like a beanie, a little beanie.
yeah, I feel like it was like just like a flag in the wind, and then it fell away. Like I don't know. That
so
to me, it
there,
just doesn't.
there was no happy ending or anything, but it was just interesting
Okay,
and
here's my
strange to
question, and I
be.
want you to be completely honest. And I
Yeah.
don't think you will be, but I'm just curious. So if she went for that, say there was to be, and she's not going to say anything. I mean, it's just she's hoping for a good tip, maybe. I don't know. Would you just let her, or would you stop her? You have to say no, but I just
He has to say no because there's thousands of people watching, and
yeah, all
he froze
the
for some reason. He let.
he
No,
totally
no,
froze.
I'm not froze.
Oh,
I hadn't contemplated that moment until just now.
because I'm just
It,
wondering. Because the happy ending thing always like, look, I've never been to a place that does that. Obviously, wouldn't
I don't think
apply
they're full
anyways.
girls.
I know. But I'm just saying it doesn't apply to me
oh
anyways.
yeah, they
But
are. Yeah, they are. They
okay,
are.
well, I
Yeah.
haven't ever gotten one. And I don't know of anyone personally that's ever admitted to getting one. But I would say that if it's gonna happen, I'm curious if it just happens or if they ask you.
No, I think it's lined up.
Because
Is it lined up? I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, my picturing of it, because I've only ever had like old Asian or old like Russian, I don't even know, like people massage me. And I'm just wondering if it's like this old Asian lady who's like all business and she's just like, da, 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 and then she goes in and she's like, okay, tip.
No,
Like, no? Okay.
I don't think so.
It's not like
I
that.
but this lady. So I asked Mariana after. I said, "Yeah, I was
Mhm.
uncomfortable." This lady was there was like no coverage, and she said, "Same thing happened to me." That's what Mariana said. Same thing happened to her.
Oh,
That she
so
was uncomfortable because she was
Columbia,
just laying there with no
Really?
top on. Yeah, just she had the
Huh.
little towel on at the bottom, like.
So
But
you weren't uncomfortable with it. You were okay with it because you're like, whatever, it's fine.
I was okay with it, whatever. But I was uncomfortable. I think I was fine once upon a table. I was uncomfortable walking. I was uncomfortable with her. I didn't know that I was supposed to be
You were
undressing in
uncomfortable
front
with
of
the
her.
idea of not knowing if it was like okay, if she was gonna be weird about
Yes.
it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
what
Yeah.
Now
was the masseuse like? Was she an old Russian hag? Was it a dude? Like, what
She
was
was a. It was a lady in her 30s. She was
a,
strong.
a lovely
She,
lady with strong hands?
she was. She was.
like
I
a
wouldn't say it.
LA Lola or
I'm not going to say she was a hottie. No.
okay. Here's my question, Craig. Now when she went to massage her upper thighs, did she like have to move it to the side or
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? I have a
she
story
had
like
to
that. It just
displace
happened to me. I had to.
just happen?
I thought I had a DVT, a deep vein thrombosis the other day,
Okay.
which is like a blood clot.
Yeah.
So I went and got a wand, a scan,
Mm-hmm.
and I went in there, and man, that girl was all up in my business, pulling it to the side, and
Really?
yeah, because the main vein is right there at the
Was
end of
she,
your day.
was she a
You'd
hottie?
think that they would just say, like,
You're
could you
horrible.
please shift?
He was there to save my life. It was
Sorry.
fine. It's medical.
Yeah, it's
But I
medical.
was not
Completely
expecting
medical.
I was
Like,
not expecting
oh.
So were you nervous or were you not nervous?
I wasn't either.
Okay. Just
I was
normal.
I'll just say that Darren was a little more generous with his hand motions than you were, Greg. I'm just saying. Like, it was like,
well,
for you,
I
it was
know
like
who
this
I'm
to
dealing
this,
with,
but
and
like
he
for
knows
Greg
who
was
he's
like this
dealing
to
with.
this.
We used to live together, so
Oh, I
we're
see.
appropriate in our
Sure, okay.
hand gesture.
Yeah, that was revealing. But yeah, so
So
There's
Darren, so does your man shave, like body shave?
who
You or Matt?
do I
'Cause
shave
like
my body?
yeah, I have no hair.
I barely even get around time to shave my neck.
you don't you shave everything, or you just don't have hair?
No, I shave.
Why?
That
I
sounds
don't know.
horrible.
I like it.
I like
Does
body
it look
hair.
like
I
I
like face
shaved?
hair. I actually found a picture of Darren the other day when I was going through and deleting a bunch of photos from my phone, and it was a picture of him at RPM without a beard at all. I almost sent it to you because it's ridiculous. Because
No,
men should have, Greg, hear me out.
no.
Men need a little bit
I've had what he's had. Your man doesn't have any.
face hair.
Yeah.
Beard.
You're so wrong. He
Oh,
always has
does
a
he? Oh,
beard.
he does. You're right. Yeah,
And when
you're
he
right.
He
hasn't
must.
had a beard, I
He must.
treat him real bad.
He must. But here's the thing.
So I stopped growing the beard because I didn't know how to take care of it. And now I talked to some people and they're like, oh, I said, because this thing gets all rough. And they said, no, you got to put this stuff and this stuff. Here's the stuff. And so somebody sent me a bunch of information about what to put on it, some conditioners. And
All I
now I
know
would do
is
it.
that every guy looks better with face hair. They just do.
I will tell you this,
Every.
Jasmine.
I'm gonna grow it just for this show.
You got in my head about the facial hair, and I vehemently disagree with you. But you know what I did a couple weeks ago, which you can't tell because I don't get around to shaving. Obviously, my body's slick as a baby's ass. At least that's how it's coming across. It's not, but whatever. I mean, I'm not Robin Williams. Anyway, I got sick and tired of this scraggly horse shit stuff that I can't grow. And you know what I went to? I went back to 1991, baby. I went goatee. I'm goateeing it now. 'Cause
Fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm
can't
gonna do.
Fine.
That's what I'm
Fine.
gonna do.
But
I
I say,
understand it's
look,
fake.
I say keep it in check, body, face, whatever. Matt does a very good job. I'm very lucky that I don't have to like tell him anything because he just knows what he will do. He'll do it.
Does he shave?
No, he just trims things. Trims it all up.
Mm-hmm.
He's very like Irish, curly, dark, thick hair. Like if you, when I like go to like, I'll like kind of like do this in his beard.
I'm
And it's
turning
like,
I'm turning the podcast off now with this definition of what kind of hair is in Matt's armpit. I can hear him clicking off.
sorry. Okay, fine. But it's just very thick, and so I can like. Anyways, it's very thick.
It's this consistency in his armpit, but when you get down to his genitals, it becomes this other flowing, almost braided situation. We spend Wednesday nights braiding his bald hair. And it looks kind of like Hillary's wig there.
Yes. It's not quite as it's a lot more dense and
You're
curly.
digging the wig, huh?
Digging the wig.
It makes me think of Eric Carmen. I think that was his name. He was a musician in the 80s, and he had a great song or two. And the videos, he had women, like, you know how women had the big curlers and they had the big flowing curly hair? Mm-hmm. You know, it's like a middle-aged woman's hairdo. This dude had that hairdo. I think it's Eric Carmen. Eric Carmen. Anyway, look up a video. That's what
okay, yes. And on the topic of this, or this whole generational needy thing, I did want to just kind of talk about like the differences between. Now, I looked this up, and I don't know how you guys are going to feel about this because I know it's a little bit different, but I thought it was really interesting. Let me find it. Back in my photos, I went to a, well, it's a website that you're probably familiar with. It's called RedTube.
What is
and look, what? I didn't watch anything on this website, but it's
called what?
Well, it's not on RedTube. It's not on that.
I don't know it.
Okay, it's like a porn website. But it's askmen.com, and they got information and data from RedTube, which is like a pornography website, which I do not condone. This is not my endorsement. However, I thought it was really interesting. And we can cut this if you want, because I understand we're not trying to be like that. But it was different preferences of pornography by different generation breakdown.
Okay.
I thought it was really interesting.
No, that's interesting.
No, yeah.
Okay.
No, it's a topic.
So, visitors by age.
And we don't condone it, by the way. And
no, it's gross.
Actually,
ew, yeah, gross.
Yeah, this is just.
Never leave the house.
I'm actually so offended by it, in fact, and actually, I would never, ever. I've never seen anyone naked in my whole life, so that's perfect.
Okay.
But visitors by age, sorry, this is shifting. Okay, visitors by age, millennials. 54% of the visitors on this website are millennials. Okay,
How do they know that?
Because they have the demographics. Like we can see who's like listening to our podcast. It's the same kind of situation.
We can do that.
Yeah. I can send you the details.
People collect data when you go on a website. You like do that, accept cookies, and you like agree to crap, and it just collects your data. So all your data.
If you're logged in from your Facebook account.
Unless you're using maybe a VPN or
into
something.
YouTube or whatever, because those are all mixed.
Yeah, so when you go on your RedTube and you're looking at granny porn, please make sure you don't log in with Google, okay? So Gen X makes up 32%, and baby boomers make up 15%, which I thought was really interesting, that baby boomers are still very active in that realm.
Oh, yeah, they came out with a pill.
They have a pill for that. Okay, average visit duration. This is funny. To me, this is funny. Okay, so millennials clock in the shortest amount of time at 8 minutes and 25 seconds, which means that they get on and they get it done and they get off.
Okay.
Don't take them that long. Gen X is 9 minutes and 10 seconds, and baby boomers on average 9 and 13.
So there's no Z's?
It doesn't have any information. I don't think Z's are doing that. I think they don't know what that is. I don't think they know what it's used for. They're like, what is this thing? Genders by age. So I thought this is really interesting that okay, so this is kind of consistent across the board. Millennials, 75% are men and 25% are women. And I feel like that's pretty accurate, because I feel like 1 in 4 people, or like if there's, I don't know, I guess I would just say that I feel like millennials women are probably a little bit more interested in that than other generations.
I'm surprised there's that many women. I'm surprised at that.
No, don't be surprised. I'm here to say, and this is not, like women can be very visual as well. And I think that as much as like millennials aren't into like the nudity, maybe like when they're watching a movie with their parents, I think that's it's just closeted stuff. We're all like, secretly porn dogs, just not outwardly. Okay. Gen X, it's 81% are men and 19% are women, so a little less. And then baby boomers, 82% are men and 18% are women. So there are like 18% of grandmas out there are like,
surprising,
looking at sexy time.
Does it say what they're watching? Like, are they like looking at made porn or? Yep.
So I'm gonna go. I wonder if I can pull this up, because that might be easier. Let me see if I can share it.
So while you're pulling it up, I'm gonna tell you what our age ranges are. 18 to 24 is 6.3%.
So a little bit.
25 to 34, 14.6%.
Wait, what is this?
This is our podcast.
This is ours.
Oh, okay.
35 to 44 is 20.8%. 45 to 54 is 15.2%. 55 to 64 age is 26%. The biggest one is 55 to 64.
So we need to.
And 65 plus is 17.1%. That surprises.
That's our moms. Because my mom watches. She told me she got up at 2:30 in the morning and watched the last.
Why?
She's
waking up that early.
There's people that do that.
And bored, and so she watched. She told me that
That's
this afternoon.
that's
Yeah, we
really
got some new subscribers
sweet.
this week. That's nice.
I wonder if I can
She loves me.
upload
I'm the only child she cares
this.
about.
Hold on, I'm
We have
trying
new
to.
subscribers. Thank you, new subscribers. We're happy to have you.
Oh my
What do you
gosh.
mean?
Follow us on. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you what they're viewing more compared to the other age groups because they have it like classified, okay? And I think it's really funny. Okay, so we're going to go from baby boomers up. And
Yeah.
9% of baby boomers are looking at teen.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's
Dirty,
disturbing.
dirty. Okay,
That's
10% are looking at masturbation.
What?
I don't understand the appeal of that. You could just really watch yourself, but that's fine. Lesbian
Maybe
is
they don't have a
big
mirror at
for
the house.
yeah, they're hiding.
How much percentage is masturbation?
10 for baby boomers.
Well,
Another
Look, they grew up in a very clamped down society.
okay, another thing I thought was really interesting. Now,
is your
take
hair
this.
as itchy as mine, Jasmine?
My hair's real, so what?
Oh,
Oh, itching like you're no, I'm used to that. Okay, I thought it was really interesting that the second or the baby boomers, like it looks like maybe 10% of the thing they're looking up is she-male.
what?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I
Like
think
a
that's
trans?
I think that's like a Lola. You know what I mean?
Oh, so they're doing it just to see, just to understand. They don't
Maybe.
get.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think you go to that. I think you Google that. I think where you're this
Not
website.
boomers.
You're not going to RedTube to just see what a
Yeah,
she-male is. I think
I
you're.
can't believe they know about RedTube. I don't know.
I know,
about
isn't that amazing? Okay, and
About you.
then I thought this was funny. Young old, like young old coupling.
Yeah, yeah.
is
I
big.
like that.
MILF is big for all the generations. I did not
Right.
realize that.
So a she-male is in pornography industry is to describe trans women or other people with male genitalia and female secondary sex characteristics, including breasts acquired via hormone or surgery.
There you go.
So
Oh,
they're
I could damn near fit into that. I've got.
That's me.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
And then vintage is the top with 82% more than other compared to all other age groups.
Vintage. What's that?
Vintage. What I think that is like old style. So like what I would think of is like either
Bush.
it's like what I'm thinking is it might be like just true like vintage, like where they take old tapes from that time and put it online.
Yeah, that's what.
Or
that's
it
what-
could be like done in the same style, like more like
done in the
just
same style.
like where it's where
Like
there's
Boogie Nights.
yeah
Yeah, it does say bush and natural and
Yeah.
And everyone's looking at that, or the boomers.
the boomers more than any other age group. Okay, and when we get
Interesting.
that'll be interesting when we get to the millennials and you see what our top category is because I think that's very funny.
I am curious.
Okay, so for Gen X, it's Japanese is a big one. I don't know what this is. Greg, maybe you could help. Casting?
Casting, okay.
Casting.
Probably in certain settings is my guess.
Oh, like scenarios.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see.
So
it is
I don't know.
now,
Casting. Greg is supposed to be
And
telling
what
us
is
what that is.
it says casting couch style porn. If you still don't know, the original couch is fully scripted and girls do get paid. It's impossible to release stuff like anyway. It seems like it's
casting couch. I would think it would say casting couch. I know what casting is. I don't know what casting is. Maybe
I don't know. Same thing, maybe.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Okay, and then compilation is up there. DP. I don't know what that is.
And these are X.
Yeah.
Okay. Time to move on.
Yeah, I know. What is DP? Capital D.
I'm looking it up.
Capital P. Doggy. I don't know. I was kind of surprised that like BDSM wasn't on here, but I will say that she-male
Double
is
penetration.
Oh.
I'm not gonna ask what that is, but I feel like I know. Okay, and then amateur is high on the list. So,
yeah.
Homemade films, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. For millennials, it is blonde, redhead,
Okay.
public, wild, crazy, POV, which POV is like
Point of
70,
view.
yeah, point of view. So basically, like millennials aren't having enough of their own sex, so they have to like pretend that they are
Oh,
virtually.
like
That's
the
what I'm thinking.
person's
And then
like I'd be on the
lastly,
screen.
yeah, like you would be, it would be like from the person's point of view,
Yeah.
like it's you.
Mhm.
Interesting.
And then the last and the funniest to me is
Toga.
178% more millennials are looking at hentai, which is like anime, like cartoon.
Oh my gosh.
I
That's
don't doubt that
unbelievable.
at all.
That's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I've heard that everybody's crazy about anime.
Well, now you know why, because it's very sexy, apparently. So,
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah,
get that.
seen
well, I mean,
some
I
of those
don't
pictures.
either. The cartoon aspect of it is very interesting. So, so yeah, I thought that was really interesting breakdown because it just kind of shows where everyone's
Interesting. Yeah,
mindset.
for
And
sure.
remember that probably about 1 in 4 women are on there as well. So, I mean,
You have their numbers.
yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna tell the stories that I was gonna tell, but I will just say that there are a lot of women who do that, and it's not that big of a deal.
I've never, as far as I know, I've never met a woman addicted to porn.
They don't tell you.
I know. I said, far as I know.
They don't tell you
That's
that
all I
kind of
can
stuff. I mean,
do.
it's like guys don't talk about that stuff to women. They're not like, oh yeah, I love porn. I'm gonna go
Some
on
guys do
porn right
talk to
now.
guys about it,
Sure, I'm sure, but
and it's dangerous because,
it
I
is.
mean, you might say, "Oh, I've got a sleepy afternoon. I'm going to check this out." But before you know it, you're going back and you're going.
Yeah.
Well, April talked about it.
No, it
April
is.
said all
It's
the young
interesting.
people, all the young guys are addicted to.
Well, and can you like? I mean, so we kind of talked to some millennial, and look, I don't have a very typical experience with that stuff, and neither does most of the people that I know. But I would say that we've talked to a few people that do, and they all kind of say like they've given up on dating. There's no one. There's nothing. Like that can't be true. But if
No.
you're always online and you're getting what you think, you're getting like a McDonald's Happy Meal online, basically, or you're getting like a McDonald's cheeseburger online, you're not going to go and put in the effort to get a real meal. You know what I
Effort.
mean? And so you're not going to
It
put
is
the effort in because you already have something that satisfies you just enough. And I think it sets really unrealistic expectations for men and for women, right? Like if you are watching that stuff online, you're going to think every man has a big giant penis and can last for 3 hours.
April talked to that, and
Yeah.
it is ruining young people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See perfect bodies and such.
And then you're gonna think women, are objects maybe, or I don't know exactly, but I
perfect.
just
Touched up.
or look a certain way or whatever. So it is damaging, I think. But I would say that there are movies that do that same thing. I mean, some of the movies and shows that we watch now are basically porn.
What shows are those?
Game of Thrones? Are you kidding me?
Never watched it.
Oh, Darren, you would love it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of you ought to watch it.
It's constant sex and dragons. Why are you
Pretty much, and then people die a lot. So, yeah. So I think that it's interesting to see how it's changed over time. But I actually don't think that it's gotten less or more. I think it's probably just about the same. It's just maybe a little less open.
I feel like box office movies are less, but maybe they're getting their fill on HBO, on
Netflix,
on
Well, I
whatever.
can appreciate a movie now that doesn't have that because it's like I think that was such a big thing. When I was growing up, I would like go to a movie with my parents, or I would see a movie with my parents, and that was always in the movies. Like the '90s are full of it.
And
The
it's
2000s are full of it. Yeah, it's uncomfortable, but it's also like you're gonna get that R rating. Movies can't do that now because if you have an R rating, like 50% or more of the audience that goes and sees movies can't see your movie. Like I feel like they out of necessity have to make things PG-13.
I couldn't even tell you what movies are out there. I know there's horror movies out there and there's kiddie movies out there. I don't know of any.
I saw Twisters today and it was good.
Was it good?
No, it really was. No, the first one sucks. It's so bad. But like the second one was good and it was cute. There was kind of like a love story, but it wasn't. They didn't even kiss, which was very like interesting. It wasn't about that. Oh no, I was yawning. Darren's yawning. I think We are fun on a Friday night. We're talking about nudity. We're wearing togas and we're yawning.
I
Oh
know.
my gosh.
No.
It's too long a week, I guess.
This is the worst episode we've ever done.
No.
Hey, so speaking of worst, what's your worst nightmare? I know you had yours tonight, Jasmine.
Oh, worst nightmare, like literally, or like your biggest nudity scare
Yeah,
scenario.
nudity scare or social scare.
I see. Okay.
Mine is throwing a party and one person showing up.
Oh, Craig, that's sad.
Well, one person, right? I don't mind if no one shows up.
Yeah, because then you could just
But I went to a party once and I was the only one that showed up. And
no.
it was so embarrassing.
Oh,
I felt so bad for the people.
yeah, it's not embarrassing for
You'd rather have
you.
nobody show up.
Oh, you'd rather
Because
have nobody show up.
And then you
Because
can pretend like
then nobody
everyone
could
did.
talk. Yeah, you could just say, "Oh, it was great. We had a bunch of
Yeah.
people from the neighborhood, whatever."
I've been
But
that too. I've been the
I
person
showed
who is
up,
one, and I'm the
and
one.
they had a piano player. They had
Oh my God,
food
that's like a
everywhere.
real party.
Oh, they had a legit. It was a
I
New Year's party.
so I
Do you
got
know
a
whose it was?
said party.
Oh
You were at the
my.
party?
No, yeah,
No,
he was
you told
hiding.
me from it.
Oh, I did. That was a long time ago, dude. That was a long. I
Okay,
can't believe you
okay,
remember
yeah,
that stuff.
no, I've been the one person at a party before, and it is very sad because they invite all these people, they set it all up, and
A
it's
whole
like, oh,
bunch had
no one showed.
RSVPs.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so. You know what? I'm the person though that if I can, I will go out of my way to show up to something,
Oh,
even
me
if
too.
it's just a little bit, because that's
Me
how
too.
you really connect with people. Is you just show up.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right about
me
that.
too.
Just show
Me
up.
too.
Just go. You don't feel like going. You never feel like going until you're there. Then when you're
That's
there,
right.
you have a great time.
Right.
And then
Go.
if you don't like it, you just leave after a couple hours. You've done, and then go out
Yeah.
and party.
Yeah, and if you say you're gonna be somewhere and you don't go, I don't
Go,
care what the fuck
You're a
happens.
shit.
You're
go.
an asshole. You're an asshole. I
Yeah,
don't care if your kid
go.
got sick or whatever. You're an asshole. Fuck
And I
you.
don't
Yep.
care what event it is. I don't care if it's a church
It's very
social
extreme,
event
but I'm gonna say
or
it. I don't care.
yeah,
I
no,
mean
I'm
it.
with you. Or a
And I've
party
been
or
that
whatever.
person. I was an asshole.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
owe them a big apology. So
yeah. I agree.
so that's your nightmare is throwing a party and one person shows up.
Yeah, I
So
was
but if
happy
two
that
come, you're
That's
good.
that happen.
better. Two's better. At least we could just hang out and have a good time.
How
But
many people are you
one is
inviting to make sure that you get at
I
least
don't know.
two?
I did on my 50th birthday party. I invited too many people, more people than because I thought there were people that weren't going to show, right?
And everyone
So
showed?
I thought 50% would show, and we had
Yeah.
a really good crowd. We had a
That's
really good
good.
crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel
That's
like
the
the
right.
older you get and like the more fun you guys are fun to be around because you guys are willing to pay your way and pay for and you're just fun crowd. Like that's good, but I have had friends in the past where it's like it's such a chore to get together with them because they can't afford anything. And then when you go, it's
Mm,
like, oh, we always have to accommodate. And then you
Yeah.
feel
mm.
bad if you want to have a nice drink or something. It's like, okay, I got to pay their way now too. I don't know. It can get that way.
And
Yeah, no.
let me speak to that. That's difficult. And it's so hard to get good friends because you have a socio-economical problem there. Because let's say you want to go to Conifer and you want to go to a nice meal and you want to, but then your friends are like, oh shit, I can't afford a $50 steak or whatever it costs.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been in that situation. So you kind of peel off from them because you're like, whatever, I don't want to cook hot dogs on a Friday. Well, I'm ready to go see some people.
Yeah, I don't want to go to the dive. I want to go to the Undercroft. Yeah.
So, another thing is, so you've got this couple you're wanting to be friends with, and both of you love the husband or the wife, but the
Oh yeah.
spouse
Oh my gosh. That's
is horrible,
Yeah.
and it's
horrible.
just it's so difficult. There's so many hurdles that you
Yeah.
have.
So if you find
You have to
somebody who
carry them
is
the whole night.
both of them are great, they don't need a lot from you. They don't ask a lot. They want to go
Unicorn.
out.
That's a
It's
unicorn.
so hard to find. You're right. So when
It's
you
So
find it,
that's
it's
what they
like,
say.
oh
That's
yeah.
the friend you want is the friend you don't need. That doesn't need you. The friend
Yeah.
that
Oh my
doesn't
God.
need. Yeah. You want the
Yeah.
friend that doesn't need you, right?
It's just difficult. It's just difficult. That I like that you touched on the economic thing, and I'm not trying to be rude or awful, but and you know what? It's not even an economical thing. The thing I've been into, these people have money. They're just tight and cheap.
Cheap.
They
Yeah.
don't want to go spend a nickel, and it just like I mean, I'm not on the page of Greg wanting to spend his last dollar on his last day, but I am on the page of shit, I've worked all week. Let's go. Let's go have a nice meal, or let's spend some money on some concert tickets. I mean,
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I had a choice to go hang out with you guys and spend all of it, or save it and give it and let somebody else give it away when I die, I'm going to a party.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't, you
But
know
you
what I
gotta
mean?
have a good
Hanging
balance,
out.
right? You want to make sure you're responsible, and you're
Yeah.
right. It's not about what you can like if you are really not good. But also, I think everyone's going to prioritize what they think is important, and they're going to find things. So I'm not saying go
that's fine.
party with your money, but I am saying if you can get your hair done and your nails done and all of that, and you
Yeah.
can't afford to go out to a dinner here and there, that's
Preach.
not that crazy. It's like
Spend some time with
$20
people.
a meal or whatever, then I think it's you just have bad priorities. Or you can do all of that, but when you come to my house, you can't bring anything, even though everyone else is, because you have like no money. Then that's kind of just you're just being cheap.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you how much I am that one way is I'll go to dinner because I want to go. I want to go be with people,
And you'll pay.
and my credit cards have been maxed out. This has happened, and my credit card got declined at dinner because I had no freaking business being there. But by God, I was gonna. I mean, I figured it out, but it was very embarrassing. I have to
Yeah.
say that
Yeah. You don't
really
want to be in
happened.
that situation either.
Well, I
So,
know I'm beyond that now, but
yeah.
I have been there. I can
Yeah,
speak.
no. So yeah, I get it. And if that's your thing, then and you're going through that time, then fine. And I am the kind of person that I'm like, I'll pay for you, and but if I have to do that five,
No, it
six
wasn't like that.
times or something,
No, no, it's not like that. It was just,
sure.
you just use a different credit card. I mean, it just, I used the wrong one. So,
You
excuse
left
me.
the
Use
other
that one that we use a
you left the
lot.
other one at that bar where you throw the drinks on the ground.
Oh,
I
Shaw.
left, I left my card at that one for four
Yeah.
months. So, Jasmine, did you say what your worst nightmare was?
My worst nightmare is wait, I just had it. I was thinking about it when Greg was talking. Hold on. What did I come up with?
Well, think about it. I'll talk about mine.
Okay, you tell yours.
So, I've never really thought about it. Like Indiana Jones movie, he's like my worst nightmare is a pit of snakes, and you see stuff like that. Looks like Greg's frozen. So,
No, I'm good.
uh,
Just I'm just enthralled.
I've so I've never really sat there and thought, but honestly, my worst nightmare I think was before it actually happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like fleas. I don't like
Oh.
a flea. I'd rather take on a boa constrictor than see one flea. I because they're difficult. They get away from you and then they hatch and there's 8 million. It's a problem. Fleas are a problem. I showed an apartment to somebody, or no, it was a duplex he was buying. I can't remember, but I walked through it. Blah blah blah. The guy didn't like it. This was years ago, and I get in my truck and I'm driving and I'm at the light and I have a white long sleeve shirt on and I look
Mm-hmm.
down and there's black dots. And maybe
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm like this, because this did happen.
Yeah.
I had 10, tens and thousands of fleas all over me. That
Oh
place was
God.
eaten up.
Mm-hmm.
I freaked out. So
Yeah.
that was a
Yeah.
nightmare for me, but then I lived it. And maybe that's why so it's not that. So this did
So
happen.
cut that. I mean,
No, no,
oh,
it's fine.
because you, okay.
Something happened. So I was at church one time,
Mm-hmm.
and my church would have the bread and the grape juice
Yeah.
Communion.
Yeah.
communion, and everybody lines up, and everybody's in the back rows. They're checking everybody out, going, and that's how it goes. There was a little kid that had messed his pants, and he
Oh
had
no.
doo on his booty. It was obvious. So it's nothing that I've actually thought of, but I think that's my new nightmare. I would hate for that to happen with a big crowd and have a load in my pants and
Oh
not
my
know it.
God. Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably everyone's real nightmare if you
That
think if you
that's
ask honestly.
that would be horrible.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I was
Maybe that's why I moved from Minden.
Mm.
Maybe
I was
that
at
It
go
really
ahead.
scarred you. Yeah, I think.
that's why I
That
moved.
could be
It's
it.
because I
Yeah,
had
probably that
That
kid.
one
Yeah.
kid with the
Methodist
dookie
church.
pants.
I worked with a guy once and he was a big guy and he came into the office and he had a pair of tan pants on, and in the back of that tan pants was a huge racing stripe right down the middle. I was like, oh my!
Oh
It had come
no.
So
through. I don't know if he didn't wear underwear or if he just it had
you just had a bad day,
gone.
man.
Maybe he wore those
Mhm.
underwear. You know those underwear that are. I will not wear them, but those
Real
underwear
thin,
that
breathing.
the spandexy type ones. You got to
Yeah.
wear
Yeah,
cotton.
breathing.
You can't wear this spandex
Oh
because
my
they'll
gosh.
go
Yeah,
right
well,
through.
that reminds me of when I was a personal trainer and there was this lady who I would train and she was an older lady, but she was like clearly anorexic. You know, like I know some people are just skinny, but some people are very like you can just tell. And she had like um come in one day and she kind of had like a smell to her.
Oh,
She smelled like meat.
oh,
Meat.
And I was like trying to figure out, we were like going from equipment to piece of equipment to piece of equipment. I was trying to teach her how to like weight lift because, you know, she needed some resistance training and she was so skinny. And I was like so fearful for her. I was like, we need to get you eating protein and all that. And she kind of got up at one point and I noticed that there was like a little bit of a mark on one of the seats. And I was like,
Residue.
oh.
yeah. And it was like a perfect line. And I was like, huh. I was like, oh, someone left something. And I look up as she's walking away, and there's like a perfect stripe of like shit on the back of her pants. So she had like, I don't know, I think that maybe she had taken some, either she was sick, which I hope that's not true, but or she had taken some of those what are they? The ones where you eat them and they make you like crap. Laxatives? Is that it?
Yeah,
Yeah, a laxative. She had taken like a laxative or like a colon
because she's
cleanse.
anorexic. She doesn't want anything in her body.
Yeah, and I didn't know how to tell her without embarrassing her, so I just
Did you
went
tell her?
with it the whole time, and we just got shit all
Oh
over the
my
gym.
god.
And it smelled like
She
meat.
smelled like meat, like she just
So
smelled
raw meat or cooked meat?
like just like a Slim Jim.
Well, you know what? That's not bad for a bag full of shit to smell like a Slim Jim.
I couldn't figure out why she smelled like Slim Jims, and then
I mean, damn. I have to go. I have to go to gas stations and use the bathroom all the time. I wished the gas station smelled like a Slim Jim.
I
I mean,
it's like
that's
the
a win.
grossest thing is when you smell a smell and you don't know if it's a fart or like food.
No, I've
I do
never
not
thought of a
know.
fart as food
No,
ever.
I sometimes I don't know when I go into like you said, like a gas station. I'm
Well,
like,
you got damaged from COVID because
what is
there's
that?
no mistaking farts from food.
I don't
In
know.
my world.
I don't know, Darren.
Farts
I don't
and
know.
what? No mistaking
Thankfully, I
farts and
don't have
what?
to smell a
Farts,
lot of farts.
it would be. I'd be your anorexic friend. I wouldn't ever eat again if food smelled like what I in this bathroom. Not what I smell like. What I smell in the bathroom.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm really trying to find out what I'm trying to remember what my worst nightmare was because I thought about it when Greg was talking and I really had something, but it's really completely gone. My brain doesn't work anymore. But trying to think of a new worst nightmare. I mean, now that we're on that shit topic, that's kind of terrifying
That's
for me.
everybody's.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what my worst nightmare would be. I guess I felt like when Greg was talking about having a party and only having one person there, I feel like it kind of was sparked from that, but I can't remember exactly what it was.
What if you think of it? Interrupt us as
Okay,
we
yeah, let's
go.
keep
Yeah.
going and I'll try to think of it.
Do you guys do we have another topic you guys want to go over, or do you want to go into our game for the night, our second
Yeah, let's
game, I
go
guess?
game. Let's go.
I do.
Okay.
I
Let's
do
go.
want to talk about our
Yeah.
parents, how they are, but
Oh,
not tonight because we're already at hour 24.
Hour and a half.
So
Mhm.
I'll save it. Just
okay.
help me.
What? No. Let me write it down. What's the topic?
Well, I went out last night and I was with a new friend and her mom was in town and I talked
Okay.
to her and I really enjoyed that and I asked her, you know, where's the old man, and you know, she just had things to say, and then the daughter kind of told me about her raising and it wasn't too different from mine, and it's not exactly like Amy's at all, but there were characteristics that matched with her dad, and I don't know. It seems like all these guys are somewhat similar, not
Okay.
not exactly, but so and
So
they
more
would.
of a child rearing from our
Well, silent
parents.
generation, I think, and so I do want to get into that, but I don't feel like it tonight.
Okay,
Okay.
I do have a worse nightmare. I thought
Yeah,
about it.
bring it.
And it has happened. And Darren was there when this happened. My worst nightmare is going to a place and having like a fun time. And there's someone who like is following you around, trauma dumping on you the entire time. And just telling you like they like glom onto you. You have to like try to get away, but it's rude. And they glom onto you and just tell you about like when they were a child and somebody touched them or something. It's like, oh my God.
Oh,
Worst
Like,
possible thing you could
and
dream.
here's the thing, there is a time and a
Dude.
place, and I feel like we've maybe
There
talked
is.
about this a little bit before, because there was one situation that we went to, and it was like we were all having fun, drinking, eating, having a great time, and all of a sudden we are getting trauma dumped on, like to no end. And they
That's
don't
awful.
understand like social cues. So you're sitting there going like, oh wow, that's rough. Oh yeah, ooh, we should talk about that more later. And they're just like, well,
Yeah.
so when I was 5, my grandpa, and I'm like, oh my God, why?
And what made it worse for you is I was at the end of the table with a different
Having
group
so much
and
fun,
having a
talking the best
scream.
about everything, talking about everything I'm interested in. Like they're talking about so many fun things, and I'm sitting here
Yeah.
like
It was
stuck.
all nails, music, Beatles.
And
I mean,
I guess when I was 10, I
All of her
realized,
favorite things.
I'm like, oh my God, kill me. And I'm not good with bad things. Like I love to be happy and fun. And when I'm out drinking, I don't know why, but alcohol, this is probably a problem. But when I drink alcohol, I am in the best mood ever. Like I've never been an angry drunk. I've never been sad.
You were
I
a
am
blast.
only happy.
You
I'm
were a
like, and
blast when we went
dangerous
out.
maybe a little bit, because I get a little
no, that's the reason for drinking.
I get a little
Angry
crazy
drunk
to the other extent where I'm like, I'm like, rules, who cares? Like, let's go have fun. And I get a little reckless sometimes. And so when people are sitting there,
But reckless in a mild way. I mean, it's
yeah, no, I mean,
it's
like
me
I'll
getting reckless.
pee on the,
Yeah,
like
it's
in
like
the
me getting
park or
reckless.
something. Like,
Yeah.
not like I'm gonna
Yeah.
go like steal
Back
a
up to the
car. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so anyways, trauma dumping,
That's all.
I suppose.
Yeah, that is
just don't
hard.
kill my
It's hard.
buzz, and don't
Yes.
ick my when I'm having
Yeah.
There is a
good
time for it, and we do want to hear those
and it's called
things.
therapy, and I
Yeah.
have a
costs a lot
number
of
you
money.
can call, and it's not me. I didn't
and we
go to
wanna-
that school for a very specific reason. I don't care.
And I want to be your friend. I want to hear it. It just has to be at the right spot.
Yeah.
Hey, so ready to get into words?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The first one is UAP. The letters UAP.
I know this.
Well, okay, I don't know what it is, so let me go first.
I don't know.
If you don't,
But I know that.
hang on. Let me pull the words up.
Oh.
Okay, UAP. I'm gonna say it's
what is it? Is it funny?
Yeah.
Or you just made it up? Oh,
I think I'm wrong.
Okay.
I just realized what I was thinking of.
I'm just trying to find the words here. Sorry.
Okay,
UAP.
you go first.
I'm gonna say unidentified
Oh.
anal projectile.
Oh. Okay.
No, you're close.
We're talking about poop. I thought, anal
Unidentified.
projectile.
That's
okay.
crazy.
Like if you're at the gym and then someone has a unidentified UAP,
Yeah,
you nudge them. You nudge them and you say, "Hey,
Right.
anorexia, I think you have a UAP."
Yeah, that would have been a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, use like, yeah. I honestly, I'm never gonna do that. If you have like something in your teeth, I'll tell you. But if you have shit coming out of your pants, I'm not. You're just gonna have to deal with that on your own. And I'm sorry, and I don't care.
But she was probably so embarrassed when she got home and realized.
And she never. No, well, that was the point of the story that I didn't get to. But she never came back. So.
Oh yeah, of course not.
She probably got home and she realized. But look, I was fine with it. Obviously, it wasn't gross enough for me to be like, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, I like let her get shit everywhere. I didn't care. I was like, okay, well, I guess we're just gonna do this. So.
Slim Jim.
I was like, you know what I need on the way home? A Slim Jim.
Damn it.
It's disgusting.
Damn it.
I haven't had a Slim Jim since.
Terrible.
Okay, I haven't. I don't know.
Darren, what you got for UAP?
Well, where my mind went was UAP. I don't know if I was thinking of University of Arkansas Pine Bluff or University of Alabama.
Yeah, that's a new word. That's a new word, probably.
But then you clued me in, and it's the new word for a UFO. UAP is unidentified. I don't know what it stands for, but it's the new word for UFO.
Okay, all right. I like that. Jasmine?
Sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna take a little bit of what Greg said. I like the anal projection ordeal, but I'm gonna go with unusual anal projection because I don't think unidentified is really. It's like it's just a little different, but it's unusual. It's not common, and you got to go to the doctor and you got to talk to somebody. Maybe it's like a different color. I don't know. But it's unusual,
Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
I agree.
gosh, my headphones
Well,
are
we're
shut.
both wrong. Darren did get it. It's called
Okay.
unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Oh,
So
It's the new UFO term. I
it's
don't
the
know
new
why.
UFO. Yeah. And I don't know why
we're
we're
always
on.
changing it.
Yeah, I don't know why we're on these, but we have another 3-letter. This is the only other one.
Okay.
N as in Nancy, P as in Paul, C as in Charlie. Do you know the call signs in the military? Like
Yeah.
N is what? I said Nancy, but it's not N.
Oh gosh, you're gonna quiz me on it. Shoot. November.
November, P is
B's
P.
Bravo.
B is Bravo, but
no
P.
P.
No,
P is. Oh shoot.
Anyway,
I don't
what,
remember.
what is the letters
N-
again?
NPC.
Charlie, yeah.
And
And
know what?
I know this.
P
I know
is.
this. This is the
P
first thing I've
is.
known since we've started this game.
I don't know. I can't remember.
But Darren, if you don't know it, you go
Well,
first.
no, let us go first if you know it.
Yeah, you guys, I know what it is. I mean,
They meant NPR and they put the wrong letter.
I think they meant an FT and put the wrong letter. So let's unpack that. So you think they mean NPR, but they just typoed it in the
I don't know. I
dictionary?
just can't get it. I can't figure
What is
anything
it? NPC?
NPC.
National.
Oh,
Mm,
what is it when you're the way you're supposed to talk? It's PC.
yes.
Politically correct.
Right. So maybe it means non-politically correct.
Non-politically correct. I
Oh,
like
not
that. Okay, all
politically-
right, I like that.
Coming up with something.
NPC.
I like that.
NPC, the National.
Pedophilia.
The National. My brain's not working. Picture company, and it's just
Okay.
gonna take the world by storm.
Well, the reason why I know what this is because Darren's least favorite actor was in a show with a blue shirt,
Huh?
and he was a non-playing character.
Oh, it's a video game thing, right?
It is. It's a video game
shoot, I
thing.
knew that. Damn it, my kids are gonna be so
And
mad at me when they listen to this.
Yeah.
And so, yes, that's what it is.
My
and so the blue
young
shirt
children.
guy, hey, be careful there. The blue shirt guy.
I know. Stop. I'm just trying to. It's fine.
Make that a short.
We'll just.
Oh yeah, short for sure.
No.
Hey, okay. The next one is boss.
Like
BOSS.
that's boss.
Boss. So I believe that
Okay.
boss is a derogatory term that a young fellow at a restaurant, walk-up restaurant, calls me at lunch, and I can't stand it. I got you, boss. Hey, boss.
It's like a pal.
I got you, boss.
Okay, pal.
Yeah, but
Okay, buddy. Guy.
boss is what?
Boss is worse.
He's dismissing you by doing that. I think.
Oh, boss is the worst.
Is
it's the
Haas
worst.
in that same vein, or is that like cool to be called Haas?
Is what?
Like
Hoss
Hoss.
is not as bad, but all those nicknames are poor. I just say, hey, thank you, or,
Do you
what can
ever
I get
get
you?
cowboy?
No,
Not in Texas?
no. Bud,
Hmm.
you get Bud a lot, which is the same as
I've done
cowboy.
that to people, and I don't mean it in a mean way, but I don't know why. Sometimes it just comes out. It's like when you accidentally call your teacher mom, and you're just like, I don't know. Sometimes I'll just be like, okay, thanks, bud. And I'll be like, why did I do that? It sounds
Yeah,
so fucked up, but
It's very dismissive, I think.
yeah, but I don't
yeah,
mean it like that. It's like
yeah.
it's a
I'm going
habit,
to
I think.
I'm going to
on my
say
part.
boss is basically shorter of like a boss. That was a saying there for a minute, like a boss, and
Okay.
that means it just means cat daddy. I mean, you rolling up in there like a boss. I mean,
Hmm.
you,
Hmm.
what's the rap song? Uh, Rolling in with my 5.0 and my whatever, and
Yeah, yeah, that's the words. Yeah, and whatever, and whatever, etc., etc. Okay, like a boss. I think they meant
it's
base,
just boss.
but they spelled it wrong.
Base? You think it's base, but they spelled it wrong.
Yeah,
That
That's
sounds like
funny.
my aunt.
and they all know what base is
So yeah,
because
so
it's all
boss
about that base, right?
Yeah, that booty. Me too.
rolling in my 5.0, got my rag top down so my hair can blow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
Wow,
But I
you're
needed you.
A1A, Beachfront Avenue.
Thank you. Good job, Greg. Did you pull
oh
that up or just
my
in your
god,
brain?
Greg.
No, I got
Three?
that. I like that song.
Damn it. I'm
What's his
impressed.
name? What's his name?
Milli Vanilli. No.
No.
White Top. He went to Carrollton. He went with the net. He went to high school in the
Yeah,
net.
he used to cruise down on Cooper Street with us.
I can't think of his name. I got Milli Vanilli in my head, but that's
This
not
is
him.
the oldest conversation we've had on the show. Continue. What is it? What does it mean? It means like a boss?
It's
Darren?
it's a major antagonist in a game, so it's another game
Oh my
term.
god.
Boss.
My
So
kids
Yeah.
are gonna be
asking
so
your
mad at me. I know,
Okay,
I'm not
here's
thinking of any of that. Okay.
this one is the next one is rage quit. Rage
Oh, I
quit.
know
And
what rage quit is.
my daughter does this often, so and I do too. When you just get so pissed off that you just quit
Mm-hmm.
whatever game you're playing.
Okay, Darren.
Or if you're, let's say you're on Dolphin Island and you're just so
And everybody
whatever, and
doesn't want
you
to go to
just
any of the fun
rage
stuff.
quit. Yeah,
over it.
you just
But
rage
you
quit.
rage
Right at
quitted the
dinner, right there.
relationship. You
It,
just rage
it was when
quitted
I
the whole
came
thing.
back, but yeah, we'll do Dolphin Island Rage Quit.
Okay.
I did that one a big.
Rage quit is what I wanted to do at RPM, where you one
I
day
think
just like, I didn't. I did it very nice and calmly, but where you get like so mad and fed up that you just never come back. You like leave your shift, you never come back. You just no one's ever gonna hear from you again, but you're gonna throw a fit and then you're gonna leave and you're gone. That's
And
it.
I've done that. I worked at Chili's and I got so fed up, I left. I didn't even get my check. It showed
Yeah.
up 15 years later
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
list of people that the state owes money to.
Yeah.
I have raged quit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
I
That's
think
what
that's
it is. We all
yeah,
got it.
I
So
got
points
That's
for everybody.
one
what it is
finally.
because I've done it.
Jasmine, 2-1. Okay.
Chili's.
The next one and the last one is cold open.
I know what that
A
is.
cold open. So
Yeah, I think I know what that is.
okay, so I have no idea what it is, but I think it's when you I think it's when you walk into a restaurant
A
30 minutes
restroom.
before close a
No, let's
restaurant.
go into that more. You walk into a
Okay.
restroom and what's cold opening there? What is
You
it,
walk
Greg?
into the restaurant
Mm-hmm.
and it's 30 minutes before closing time and no one's happy that you're there. You get this cold open.
Okay.
I like that,
I'm
but that I
pretty
think that's
sure
No.
that's what it is.
Mm-mm. Go ahead, Darren. What do you think?
Because you're open, but it's
Yeah, but
very frigid.
you're like you've cleaned everything. The some of the seats are up on the tables.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
vacuuming,
And they're
and some
like,
asshole walks in like 12 deep, and they're like, can we have the best table? And we're also gonna need, yeah. You're like, oh my god.
yeah.
that's what happened at Chili's tonight. I raged.
Right. Yeah. That will lead to Rage quitting. Yeah.
So, cold open is what we do on this podcast every single time. We open the show and we have no idea where we're going. It's just a cold, it's just off the cuff, cold open.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
But I think it is like, like a TV show where they'll do an open, but it's like irrelevant of the rest of the episode. So before the credits show, it's like, have you ever watched Malcolm in the Middle?
Yes.
Or The Office has this a lot where they have like a start of the episode. Literally, you can watch it independent of the rest of the episode and it wouldn't change anything. But it's like just standalone opening, and then it goes into the credits, and then the show starts.
Okay.
Okay. So Jasmine wins that point.
Yay.
So it's 2-2. It is a scene of a film or television episode that precedes the title sequence. Sequence or opening credits, and that typically takes place in medias res. I don't know. But 2-2. So
wow.
Since it's a 3-way tie and I don't have any more questions, I'm going to take the win because I've never won.
You just wanted to say 3-way. Okay. That's fine.
Because I had the best nudity story.
About the Sacramento River.
No, I have a better nudity story. I just can't tell it. It's so good I can't tell it.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
No, I can't.
She said no.
No, I
She's
can't.
smarter than I am. I
cannot.
I told a story about laying on a table and completely.
She doesn't want to be me and say, "Oh, guys, please cut that."
No, I'll just cut it. But I can't.
It's fine.
Okay. Well, anyway, there was a yawn or two, but I think it was a good show about some.
It's just because it's so late on a Friday night. It's 7:30 or something, 8:30 for me. So.
I'm glad I had this because Amy surprised me. She was supposed to come up tomorrow, and I looked on the map, and she's on her way, and I was like, "Oh wow, okay." So
the good thing is you won't have to get undressed
when you have live. That's what I was gonna say. You should just keep the toga going and see what happens.
Did tell me to be ready.
Oh yeah.
Be ready.
Toga's on.
Ready. That's a good. That's a good text right there.
I love the toga party. You guys did great. Jasmine, fantastic. Toga, you win the toga contest party.
Thank you. Well, I was the only one dressed when we got on here, so
yes, you were.
Yeah, Darren and I were.
I feel pretty good about that. I came prepared. Right time, right uniform is what I learned in the military, and that has served me pretty well. So.
Well, you did well, and yours was the best. Yours was the best. So
thank you. I appreciate that. We all came through, and honestly, it's just great. It's just great.
Greg looks like a middle-aged housewife with a on.
Greg looks like he's about to go to like a showing of Ellen or something.
Showing of Ellen. A showing of Ellen.
He's about to go to it.
I love that. That ended it perfectly.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys.
It was great.
See you next week.
Okay.